Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm drinking some watermelon green tea while I talk to you about the books that I still need to read in 2023. So I have my list of books here and I'm just gonna go through them and talk. I don't want to climb up on my ladder and get 20 books down off that shelf and then climb back up and put them away. So I'm not going to get the books down. That's why I just have a list. The first book is Fury Born, and it is actually the first book that I can remember purchasing because of Book Talk. I've been calling it Fury Born or Bust because if I don't read it in 2023, I'm gonna unhaul it. I've almost unhauled it a few times, but then I will watch a video where somebody raves about it and I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and keep this one on my shelf. The other reason why I haven't gotten rid of it yet is because I do also have the sequel that I got for really cheap at a store called Ollie's. So if you have an Ollie's by you, they have really great book selection. I actually got in 2019 some aKa and Throne of Glass hardcovers there for about $2.99. If you have read Fury Born, whether you liked it or not, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments because this is really one that I'm on the fence about. All right, the next one is Outlander. I have one book left in the Outlander series. I think she may be going to write more. I'm not sure, but I have one left that's currently published. I'm waiting though to start it until the series or the season that I'm watching now is over, and then I will pull that one out and read it. Although I'm going to be really sad when that's over because I love my Outlander books and I've been reading them for a lot of years. The next one is Priory of the Orange Tree, which, as you probably know, she's a thick one, but I really want to read it because I love it. It's a beautiful book, and the sequel, A Day of Fallen Night, is just as beautiful. And so I'm sort of waiting to buy that one. I'm kind of using reading Priory of the Orange Tree as an incentive. So I'm really hoping to get to that one in 2023 as well. The next one I have on here is People We Meet on Vacation. I have read one Emily Henry book. I really liked it. I want to get Happy Place, but again, I need to read some of the other books that I have by her before I purchase it. I have Beach Read on loan. It's supposed to be coming to me sometime from the library this year. So one or other, or maybe both of the Emily Henry books for 2023. So in 2024, I can pick up Happy Place. The next one I have on my list is The Awakening. I'm not really sure what that is, but I think it might be the first Zodiac Academy book. I'm not sure. Anyways, I've had that one for quite a while too. Daisy Jones and the Six. I picked this one up at a Goodwill and decided I was going to move the reading date up because I want to watch the series that I think came out on Prime Video. I've heard wonderful things about it. I've almost watched it a few times, but I stopped myself because I really want to read the book first. Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler. If you have not read anything by Octavia E. Butler, I highly recommend it. I've read Kindred by her, and I've also watched the Amazon show that's adapted from the books. Everything I've ever read from her, I really, really like. I read Parable of the Sower this year. Parable of the Talents is the conclusion, and so I want to just kind of wrap that up for this year. Next on here, I have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have read a few of their books. I've loved every single one of their books. I'm sort of waiting to read this one until the weather gets a little colder, that little tiny, tiny window of coolness that we have in Florida, because the cover of the book is sort of giving me like cozy winter vibes. So I'll put that one on hold for a little bit. I also have on here The Bride Test, which is the sequel, or it's sort of like in the same like world or neighborhood of The Kiss Quotient. I read The Kiss Quotient about 2 years ago. Really, really liked it. Bought The Bride Test and never read it. So that one I definitely want to finish up. Hidden Pictures is a thriller. I was excited about this book because I wanted to buy it. It was on my list, and then I went to the thrift shop and bought it for like 99 cents. And so I was really excited. But on the flip side of that, I hate when I go to thrift stores or, you know, other discount places and I find a book that I just paid full price for and it's like 99 cents. So what are you going to do? TJ Klune. So I read House of the Cerulean Sea last year and I definitely want to read another TJ Klune book this year, so probably Under the Whispering Door, since that's the one that I have, although I've heard really good things about In the Lives of Puppets. Babel. I recently got this one from Book of the Month. It's a dark academia. I've heard wonderful things. It's one of the books that I don't want to wait too long to read, so I'll probably pick that one up in the next month or so. So the next one is really an author who I want to read, N.K. Jemisin. I have not read anything by her. I have 2 books. I have The Fifth Season, and I also have The City We Became. So I definitely want to start reading something by her. I just don't know which one of those to pick up. So if you have any opinions or feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. The next one is also another author. So one of my favorite books is Scythe by Neal Shusterman. The reason I like his books is because his writing is not superb. You're not going to be like blown away or whatever. But every book that I've read, the plot is so different, and it doesn't remind me of any other book that I've ever read. So I definitely want to read another book of his. On my shelf, I have Roxy, I have Game Changer, and I also have the first book in the Everlost trilogy. So I'm not sure which one of those that I'm going to pick up. I have on my list Radiant Sin by Katie Robert. It is the 4th book in the Dark Olympus series. You probably are familiar with Neon Gods. I actually won this from Katie Robert, so that was pretty cool. I think the next book, I think it's called Cruel Intentions, comes out sometime soon, so I definitely want to have this one read. I highly recommend this series. It's a little smutty, but it's not too bad, and I really enjoy them. Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I don't really read a whole lot of Stephen King books. He does have a book about time travel that's one of my favorites. I don't think Fairy Tale is a horror. I'm not sure, but my stepson gave it to me for Christmas last year, so I'd like to be able to read it so that it's done by this Christmas. I have Una Out of Order. I got this one, I think, at a Books A Million. If you have a Books A Million near you, they have a wonderful area in the back that's like bargain books, so you should always go check that out. I think that's sort of like a time travel where she wakes up, and every day she wakes up, she's older, and she's like in a different part of her life, and she has to sort of navigate that. So that's really interesting. I also have on my list The Midnight Library, which I'm sure I can probably knock that one out in a day. I don't know why I haven't read that one yet. It's one that I look at every single time I look at my shelf and think, God, I really need to read that book. 2 more. I have How to Lose the Time War, which I've actually heard a lot about recently. A lot of good things. It's another one that probably won't take me very long to read. And then the last one is another one that I have had on my list for a long time. I've had it on my shelf for a long time. And that is Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. She has been putting out a lot of books lately. I've been seeing her name floating around. And so I definitely want to read her backlist, but I don't want to buy any books by her until I read the book that I already have by her. And then, of course, I have a few series that I'm just going to continue in. So I have the Wayward Children series, which is, I think, a 10-book series, and I've read the first 2. And then also the Discworld series, which is like huge. It's like 40 books or something like that. And I've only read the first one of that. So I'll definitely be continuing in that. But I'm really looking forward to 2024 to knock out some other series that I haven't started yet. Like you'll see right over here, I have this whole shelf of Cassandra Clare books. I picked up that whole set from somebody in my neighborhood this year for $30, and I just haven't cracked any of that open yet. So I'm really looking forward to the end of this year or at the beginning of the next year, making another video, checking in, kind of seeing how much of that shelf that I cleared off, seeing how well I did on my book ban, and I'll make another video and I'll give you guys an update. I really appreciate you guys listening and sticking around. I've appreciated all of the kind comments that I've gotten just in my first like 3 videos. So if you really like to hear more of what I have to say, and if you don't, that's fine. I really encourage you to subscribe to my channel and check out the rest of my social media. This is going to be my last video for July. I'm leaving on Saturday for Ecuador to go on a mission trip with my church. So I will not be posting any more videos until the beginning of August. So happy summer!